Good evening, guys. It's 5:40 p.m. Today is July 28th, Thursday, and tomorrow we have a month end. Okay, this is after FOMC. So this was a general note, repeated notes, right? The earnings week, and these were the decision maker areas for Microsoft and Apple. So yesterday price went above this area. Okay. So at least buyers were having a control yesterday by end of day, right? So going into today, we have no choice but become neutral bullish for day trading today, right? So we are going to favor a little bit more buyers, right? In this core, during yesterday's closing, I gave these levels and I said ES has to hold above this, preferably above this, and NQ. These are the levels to hold above for buyers, right? Going into today, this was yesterday's, during the closing I gave these levels, right? Then while I was writing a note this morning, I saw this level became a Globex low, so that was a hint that hey, buyers are holding it, right? So that means I put this statement here that you want to see Globex low holding to the death by buyers, right? And you can see today it held by death, right? You can see there was a multiple breakdown attempts below these levels, and then finally it held it, and then you can see the up rally, right? That was the whole idea. I played it today, and I was like one of the guy, like living to the death kind of, buying to the death, right? So 4 times it failed me. 4 times I bought it, around these things, around this low, and 4 times I failed it, because I was managing my stock very tightly, but I was like fighting to the death, similar to these buyers, and then 5th time it worked, and then I held it all the way up, so, and then in Discord, all the members, whoever was present, while I was talking during this entire morning time, they got some longs out of it, and some of them did not even take the long because they were afraid after losing 2 trades, right? And it makes sense also. We discuss about in pre-market that hey, if you had 2 losing trades, do not trade, right? But then that was the pre-market discussion, not knowing how price is going to come there, and after open, price was like coming down straight from 41 to this 4,000, is exhausted pretty much, so that's why I kept trying it, because I didn't see enough selling going on. Even though price was going down, internals were down, everything was down, but somehow it was not clicking, that idea was not clicking that today is going to be trend down day, so that's why I tried 4 times, and then 5th time it worked, and then I was able to recover pretty much, more than 5 times my losses, so, and I hope you guys also got some trades, for all the members. And then I entertained, throughout the day today I was available in Discord, so we got many more trades to the long side, I was working on some algo, so I also displayed, shared the algo also, and we got few signals from the algo also. But anyway, Russell is all about this level, right? As long as it is above, Russell is buyer. Now it hit this level yesterday, so it's buyers to hold above that area, all these things, right? And hold above 1840, gold, it's all good, right? Today it has to hold above 50 or 754, 44, right? So gold, if you look at it today, it damn thing held 50, and it went higher. So gold was a good trading day today. Dream numbers are always powerful, I love my dream number 548, 563, and these were the dream numbers 548, 563. Okay, so price initially sliced through it, right? That's where I was panicking that why the hell it went through it, but fine. But this was the Globex low area, 475 to 460. They have to hold it to the death, right? That was the whole idea in pre-market note, right? So we were discussing here when price was going out, so there was a long here, there was a long here, both stopped out. Yes, these were the comments, so you can see all these comments here first, right? Above buyers confirming, right? Hunting level, this is the like line in sand. Here, as for last evening Discord, these are the level to maintain today to the death. This is the to the death level, right? And you can see buyers pretty much defended to the death. First time went down, looks like it's everything was down. See, AD was tanking. Look at here, right? AD was tanking. This guy was tanking. Momentum was consistently making minus 600. Up to this point, it was all pointing a sign to the trend down day, right? But somehow I kept buying it, like here one time, second time, third time, even the fourth time I said, what, I don't want to even trade. But then I couldn't see enough selling because price was holding. The main thing that I survived because of 5 minutes, 1 minute was like keep poking, keep going higher, right? And I was managing my stop very tight because of internals. I didn't want to take much risk, right? Because price can easily fall. But 5 minutes was not able to confirm close below this level. I was watching this thing, and in Discord I was saying, what, you want one good size 5 minute bar to close below it, and second one also, in order to confirm the selling. Otherwise, no luck for sellers. And then every time it closed, it goes higher, goes higher, right? And after first hour, that was, the fifth long, that worked out, because 5 minutes never closed below it, and that's where, we just picked it up all the way up, 4070, 4055, which is this level, 41, which is this level, so those were the targets, and then 4100 even, that is what I said, and finally it even reached 4100, so, and then NQ, this was a max target that I was thinking, 917 to 840, right? And you can see it. Where is the high today? 917. See that? To 840. See, to the dot almost, I would say, right? ES was 4100. Look at here. About this 4100 possibility. So this is what I wrote it at 6 o'clock in the morning. Both of this, and you can see it, target and target 4110, right? I would say it's 4120 now, right? Pretty much. So that much power was there, and the moment it says above, buyers are confirming, right? So in the pre-market even it went about these things, right? And then of the open it came down, and then it reversed from here like trap sellers, and then when it about this area, it was confirming that it wants to go towards 4100, right? So here there was a long, so I didn't show you here any longs, because you can technically go long anywhere, so here this was a long, but I did not trade it like, I traded like sim account after this, once I was out, I I didn't want to trade after that, why bother? But this was a long, couple of longs, so I'm only showing one arrow, but there were multiple longs here, and no shorts. We didn't take a short. There was a long here also, right here, which did not work out. There was a long here also, which we already took, right, couple of times, right? And then NQ, NQ I was careful, so NQ I didn't take this long, because I can only risk when there is a failed breakdown going on, right, or there is idea. I can only take a risk here or here, right? So here I lost it 4 times, right? And then this time, then it worked out. So fifth long, my long was here, right here, 4004, right? At the same time, that's where I took the long in NQ, right here. And then all I have to make sure it survives these things, and it did at the pullback, and then that's it. Then profit you can take anywhere you want, and then these were the good longs later on, like see this, how, see our levels, you can see it, how it's working out, even though buyers were in control, every level responded, right? This was a long too here, above buyers confirming level. Then you have to wait, see this level, your profit taking levels, right? And you can see there was a sellers, right? But then when it took out, you can go long here, because here is a decision maker area. See, break above, it can easily go to 12,900 to 13,000 eventually, right? And then it says yes, it's not, but basically, so here let me see what it says here. Okay, let me move forward a little bit, and okay, let me zoom it out. ES, eventually ES has to hold above 4120 in order for NQ to go to 13,000, 12,900, right? But ES basically, went to this area, but ultimately this was a max target, but it achieved it, I would say, that is what I would claim it. So these were the longs. You can just take these longs. Any pullback at that point, it's a trap. Seller's price is moving higher. All these things. So these were the longs today, right? And then after that, you can see it. Momentum immediately picked up. See that? Look at this. After that, price actually technically never went below zero. Yeah, a little bit poke here, but then it never went below zero. And look at this much buying going on here. See that? And this was trending higher. So it's all pointing sign to the buying side, right? No shorts at all. And now let me talk about Mboxwave. So let's start with Mboxwave, right? So I'll show you 1 minute, and also I can show you 5 minutes today. So I was watching both of them. So before even open, right? So I was watching this, and then I knew at that time that price. So if you already watch, right, the previous part of this video, then you know that this 475 460 level is important, which was this, and price came close to it, right? And then it held it, and then we had an up rally. So at least I know some buyers are there, right? And then these were the levels, this were the levels, and the dream number was 548 563. See, this is a dream number level, right? So my favorite level. Only 2 levels in NQ, always favorite, always works out nicely. So this was a dream number level, right? And then I can see it when buyers bought it from here, right? And then it's overnight, so low volume here, right? But then I can see this move up, right? And then dream number held it right here, and then price came down, right? And then it also went down to this somewhere randomly 500 level, probably option players, right? And then I can see this buy in the 8:30 news, right? And then what happened? It sliced through this dream number, right? And then there was a pullback algo during this news time, right? So this was a good long signal, right? So if I know this level, right? So if you have the levels handy, right, then this is where it helps you out, right? Because look at this 164, right? So this is pre-market I'm talking about, okay? And 122, right? So not enough demand here, right? And then here there was a buying, right? With the and this 18 here, right? But 18 is confirmed only after price bar was here, right? So if you know the level, then you can't buy it here. It's too risky to buy at the top, right? It's a news driven, it can come down too, right? So you wait, and then you see 122. Now do you want to buy it at this pullback here? No, ideally, right? But if you know the importance of the levels, and then oh, there is algo also, broken level, broke out, right? First time level got rejection, and then you see plus 18 here, then you see it broke out this level. Forget this delta 122 for now, for a moment, and then you see a pullback into this area, right? Forget about this delta algo also, and then it try to go higher, right? Now this support, this resistance turn into support, and now you plug in this triple algo, with it, and now you read the entire story. There's, hey, 500 option level plus 18, there is algo here, and then first time up it got a rejection, so some sellers are there. Second time they took care of the sellers, right? Buyers took care of the sellers. Then it pulled back nicely to the bottom of this support, dream number, and then there is a triple algo. Now you want to go long right here, see that? And then you target one of the level on the way up, right? How you manage is up to you. So then it hit this, my second level, right? So if I were you, I will take a profit here, okay? But anyway, at the first touch, then because it's a pre-market, then what happened? Then price came down, right? Held it here, this dream number, right? Like there is a 380 delta, right? Supply, but there is no selling here, correct? That's like divergence, correct? And then you can see, even if I do this, right, then you can see this also. So Mbox was good today, in showing divergences, see that? So then minus 25, minus 23, and this trending algo, right? And now these are the double algo right here, see that? And sellers and the buyer took care of this area with this algo, right? That was another long, right in the pre-market, okay? Back to this top at least, or maybe here, or back to this number, this level, right? Then you bail out here, okay? So you bailed out here, right? And then right before open there was algo here, right? But with minus 3, and then this area act as a support, right? So there was a long here also, and I took it, not based on Mboxwave, but I just took it based on my level, right here. My target was only up to this high, so basically ES 41 was my target. I took ES and NQ together. So when ES hit 41, I was out, right? So I was right here, I was out, so that was my morning trade, right? Because my price was aggressive, right? So I usually cut it. When I go aggressive long, I cut it with some profit, and then I wait for actual trade, right? So now let's say, and also there was a less demand, right? So let's say after open here, right, you are watching these things and then you see a push higher, right? And now you are following this through, that hey, buyers are in control here, right? And then there is a algo here, and there is a breakout. So now the problem here is you can technically go long right here, right, using this algo, this signal, and this buying is rising, right? Before that there was a divergence, you see this spike up, right? Everything was good, supporting the buyers, correct? So technically you can go long here, nothing is wrong, but then you have to realize that price already trended higher so much yesterday, right? And now it is like gapping up above yesterday's high pretty much, I would say, or close to it, and it is opening up at the Globex high, pretty much, right? And it is like breaking out the Globex high at that point, right? So you are buying at the very top end, so it is not a good practice, so now you don't want to take a breakout, whatever it is, you miss it, fine, but then breakout at the top end, it's not a good practice. So I would avoid it personally. I actually take a profit here, not to initiate a long. I took a long here because I know there are some leftover buyers who are eager to buy it. That's why because of them there will be some push, but whether they're gonna continue it, that's a questionable move. So buying here was good, but here it's a painful. And then you can see it immediately. There is a 198, and when price closed here, you can see 198. Even though if you are in, you have to cut it. And then you have to observe what's going on. If really buyers are, let's say, really legit, right, then you will see this area holding, right, which it did actually. Look, and it tried to go higher, right, and then let it break out, and then you can buy it at that point, because at that time buyers are confirming if there is a buying here, right? But unfortunately there is no buying here, right? Look at, see, buying gone, and then you can see boom, breakdown, right? So technically you can even short here, right, based on this change of behavior, right, COB. But we are not supposed to short today as per my pre-market notes. If you already watched the previous part of video, then you know we are not supposed to short until price goes below this area, Globex low, so there is no trade, even though it looks good, the shorts here, right, even though it went through this area also. So I can technically use this dream number and this algos and this failed trap buyer situation in the morning, and using this selling, right, it was all supporting selling big time, so there is nothing wrong taking a short here, right? But contextually it was not supported, right? So I wouldn't talk about this short at all, even though it was a good setup, you can take it, but at your own risk, right? It was all good setup though, I'm not denying it was a very good setup here, right? But I wouldn't take it, I would only look for longs, right? Or it goes below this completely, then I would take a short, okay? So, and then what happened? It touched this area, which was my key area, Globex low area, right? And then it bounced, right? And then there were people sold it here, double algo, correct? And then again it went down. Fine, let it break down completely. Then what happened? Minus 153, right? When it was trying to break down this level, correct? So first thing I notice it, okay, minus 153, fine, and there is no enough supply here, even though there is a selling here, right? But no supply, right? Fine, okay, someone wants to hold it, fine, people bought it here. I bought it also, right? And I was looking for moon, right? When it came down again, right? And I actually didn't buy it here. I buy it in ES at that time, not NQ, because it was like, like fearful down rally, right? Internals were also down today, big time. So I can only buy either in NQ or ES at the same time, because I have a failed breakdown idea in my mind, failed breakdown of this level. This was the level which I talked about in pre-market note, that today buyer's job is to hold Globex low to the death. That was the wording, Look, if you haven't watched the previous part of this video, you can see it here. This one, see? So one of this level becomes Globex low in the overnight. This was the level I gave it in the last night, and you want to see that Globex low holding to the death by buyers, right? So that was the idea I was playing here, that hey, if they hold it to the death, that means they are really fighting, and you can see it. There was a really fighting here going on. If you look at internals, NYSE AD, NYSE Tech, everything was favoring sellers big time, but that was to the death means, right? It has to hold it. And Mboxwave came in handy today, you can see it, minus 153, right? Minus 100, minus 118, minus 69, minus 57. Actually you can see it clearly, selling was evaporating, there was no selling. Even though it looks everything is selling, look at this, no selling. Look, selling, big selling, small selling, even small selling, even small selling, even though small selling, right? And then you see a big buy covering all this selling, pretty much greater than this. So this was the sign. And there was algo also. Look at this triple algo, failed right there. See, right here, triple algo failed, right here, right? That was your long right here, and then, so that was early long, that was my long, 490, not based on this. I was watching this thing, right? But 490 was, I was watching this failed breakdown idea. I was really not watching this. I was playing the failed breakdown idea. This thing gave me enough confidence later on, when I saw it, because at the time I was not watching it. So, but then some of the members who has Mboxwave, they said, what, is it a really breakdown going on? I said, look at Mboxwave, is it showing you enough selling? And they said no. Then you use that idea to buy, not to short, that was the deal here, and then you wait for confirmation. So real Mbox signal came right here when price broke out above all this with this algo, and this minus 17. Look at the selling, minus 562 to 100, 100, 69, 57, 17, all are decreasing big time, right? And this is 182 number. Compared to all of this, it's way more than this, all of this, and then this buying, and this flipped at the same time, right? So this was a very good signal right here. And look at the second time also, same amount of buying, that was the sign to go long. And now failed breakdown officially confirmed, and then look at this, price never looked back, straight to 4030, sorry, ES 30, and NQ is here, so I was targeting 30, first target in ES from 4004, right? And then that's all. After that you can see it, it's all. Now let me show you 5 minute, right? So 5 minute is, you can see it here, right? So when it came down here first time, see, actually 5 minute it never closed officially below my levels. That's the first thing, right, to notice. And then this supply minus 192 and 708, clear divergence right here, this clear divergence, right? And then breakout above this, and then going above, this was a sign, when this was increasing to go long, right? And then these were my levels, and 5 minute is clear levels, you can see it, every level meant to be broken after these things, because buyers are trapped now, sellers are trapped here, so my entry was right here at 490, right at this here, but you can see it after this broken down. See, here price never pulled back, right? But here it pulled back, held it, went higher, right? It went to this resistance, came down, and then it basically used intraday support right here, actually here, to buy. You can see it here, 83 minus 59, and no selling, right? That was a long signal right here. Or you can use it, this signal here also, you know. Then this level was already tested, right? So it went through it, right? And then you can go long here. This level also one of my level, right, held as a support, right? And then double algo, see that, no selling, you can buy. And then this was my next level, right? That was my target. You know, my target was today was max target was 917 to 840. So there was still room, right? 750 was also I was talking in Discord. So here you can see it, this target achieved, right? Then it pulled back again, this support minus 26, right, or minus 20, again buy, right? And then you can, let me show you my ES, right? So this was a target, see that, this was the 6 o'clock note. Max target is 917 to 840. Look at NQ where it is, 840 first target, max target to 917, which is this area, see, to the depth, right, to the dot. Look at ES, above this area 4120 possibility, price went to 4112, right? So I would say it achieved 4120. See, that was the power, has it, you know, level has it. Once it is broken, it can just skyrocket, you know. So but anyway, so those are the trades, you know. 5 minute it was a clear trade. If you are trading 1 minute today, because of high volatility, you know, there were some choppy signals here, you know. See, there was a divergence here, but then you should not be shorting it. That is the whole idea, you know. Today was not the day, yesterday was not the day to short, not to use this signal, avoided this divergences. Go look for longs, look for trap sellers. So these were the trap sellers. See here. See, on depending on the day, you have to look for certain signs. See this was a trap sellers. Balance, right? In traditional day, other days I would say, you know what, breakdown, pullback signal, short. Here you use this as a buying opportunity, which is right here. First buy was right here, second buy was here. So, but anyway, now that be all for today.